I am going to try to finish up this painting here. We're going to see how it goes. I feel like it looks pretty good, but there's not enough dimension. So I'm going to darken up some areas and we'll see how it goes. Tell me, what do you guys think of this one? So it's actually a strawberry plant. I was kind of going for new beginnings. It's a plant that we were actually growing in our, what is it called? If I can find the picture of it, I'll post it. It's just this in-home little plant grower. Like you can plant herbs and fruits and certain vegetables with it. It's pretty neat. I haven't drawn anything this big in a while, and that's one of the reasons why I use the grid method here. And I'll show you my first sketch that I had. This one is the first sketch, so if you can tell, they already kind of look different, which is fine. I think that this one is a little bit more loose. Sometimes when I sketch digitally, it's not as loose, and I'm not 100% sure why, but I do like how this portrait turned out compared to this one. Okay, so I do already have paint on this palette. I'm going to leave it because the cool thing about gouache is that you could just, reuse it. I'm just going to do a few washes on her skin. I'm going to mix some, just a little bit of blue, like literally that much, just a little bit, because we don't want a whole lot of blue in here to mess it up. And then I want to add in the red, and we're going to see what tone we get. So right now it's a little orange, right? So, and we're just doing a base color. I don't need it to be super accurate. I mean, it's going to help, right? But it doesn't need to be super accurate to the color that I'm looking for, as long as it's close. I'll probably end up having to change some things. See, it's still too dark, but what we're gonna do is just map out where I need my shadows. I am painting over gesso, and sometimes I think that the gesso doesn't allow the gouache to actually sink into the canvas, which is totally fine, but it's just something I have to learn how to work with, especially on my first pass. So I'm not worried that it's not the exact color or that it's too dark right now. This tone that I'm using is actually the base tone that I was looking for. You know, when I said I didn't care about if it was accurate or not, I probably should have, just because this tone is working a lot better. So I almost want to just paint over all of this with this skin tone that I have now. Downside is I don't know if I can recreate this tone, but I'm gonna try my best. There was a painting that I did of the Demon Hunters from Netflix, and the girl's skin tone, oh my gosh, it was so hard to do. I could not believe it. I was on the struggle bus for real. So, what I'm going to try to do this time is just take it slow. I'm going to do my best to try and figure out the skin tone so that I don't have to keep repainting it, because those faces, I repainted them like 5 or 6 times because it would either be too red, too dark, or too orange. I'm going to do my best to try and keep the skin tone the right tone so that I don't have to keep repainting it. But like right now, I do like this tone quite a bit. I feel like when it dries, it's gonna be darker because that's just what happens with gouache, which is fine. I don't mind if it's darker because then I can use this to like pretend like it's the darkest shade, and then I'll just lighten it up as I go. Okay, so I think I am pretty good with how the face is looking. I do want to try and blend up some areas just so that the portrait is a little bit more cohesive. So let's go ahead and get on to that. And then I think I am going to start with the eyebrows and maybe the lips. So while I wait for more items to dry on this portrait, I think I might move on to the background. And then if I don't happen to like the color of the background, I can always change it. But at least I'll have that idea down so that, mainly so that I don't forget. And I do want another layer on this blue, the dark blue, before I add in the lighter blue. But before I do that, I think I can at least practice how I want to do the dots. And if I happen to not like them, then I will paint over it and try something else. I have been an artist for almost 10 years. I don't normally physically paint. especially this large, but I think it's important for me to know how to, just so that I am able to participate in my local art contests or just showings. I don't want to not paint just because I didn't take the time to learn how. And I have painted before, it's just never this scale, and usually it's not a portrait, oddly enough. It's some type of food or it's a flower, and also it's never this big, which it being this big can be kind of intimidating, but I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna take it one step at a time, like I normally would with any other portrait or painting in general. I think it's important to know different mediums. So, like, I've always liked gouache, especially like if you have seen Ham Rib, her name is Hazel, but on YouTube she goes by Ham Rib, and she is an amazing gouache artist. She'll use regular gouache and acrylic gouache. So, I've never used acrylic gouache before, but I would like to. Okay. And one of the reasons that I am doing this art show is because I want to kind of dip my toes into that world. This year for 2025, I wanted to do art shows, but I didn't really feel prepared, so I never actually entered in any of them. And I wasn't prepared because I never looked up when a show was happening, which is on me, right? This upcoming year for 2026, I want to make sure that I'm preparing myself well so that there's no excuse for me not to join. So the art shows, but also the vendor markets, craft markets. So then that way, like I've got products. I'm not hesitant about joining because I'll be prepared. So that is my number one goal this year, is to be prepared. All right, guys, so this is the end of the painting. I am so excited that I did this painting. I love how it turned out. There's definitely some areas that I could have improved on, but overall, I really like this painting, and I hope you do too. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.